Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. I'm Autumn. This is the channel Autumn's Booktique and I have an exciting one for you today. So if you couldn't tell by the title, I'm going to be spending the next 48 hours exclusively reading thriller and horror books. And I'm so excited. I said at the beginning of the year, one of my goals for this year was just to step more outside of my comfort zone and read more genres that I don't usually read, and thrillers and horrors is one of those genres. So I'm gonna be exclusively reading those types of books for the next 48 hours and just try to read as many as I can within the 48 hours. I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous. I'm kind of weird about thriller and horror. I kind of sometimes I get scared easily, other times I don't, so I'm a little nervous if I accidentally terrify myself in this experience. So it should be fun. It should be fun. And I have I don't have a specific TBR just because I'm just gonna kind of go with whatever I feel like reading, but I do have an idea of books to read, and it includes some horror manga, some classic thriller and horror books. We have some young adult and middle grade horrors. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a fun time. I'm hoping it's gonna be a fun time. We will see. And I'm gonna just be updating periodically throughout, like a regular old vlog. And so I hope you enjoy. I'll see you in a minute. By the way, I forgot to mention it is Monday at 4 p.m. and I'm going to be going until Wednesday at 4 p.m. I thought I should add that too, just to clarify. Okay, bye. Hello, it is Tuesday morning. It is 11 a.m. and I have a few updates for you guys. I did not update at all yesterday from the time I started to the time I went to bed or anything. I just did not update at all yesterday. And there's a reason for that. So when I started and I was reading And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I'd finished the book, but then my dog had a little bit of an accident and she had hurt her paw, and I was stressed out and everything, so I kind of just took the rest of the night to myself and everything, and I took her to the vet today, and they think it's just a torn muscle, so I'm giving her pills and everything, so we got that all situated. But yeah, updates. Let's update. So I finished And Then There Were None. I unfortunately didn't like it. I know. I guessed exactly what was gonna happen halfway through at the halfway mark. I was just okay, I think it's gonna go in this direction. What it's about is it's a this mysterious island, Soldier Island, and these 10 strangers were all invited to the island, and slowly they just start dying one at a time. And halfway through I kind of got I had this idea in my head that I think something like this would pan out, and I was literally basically word for word for what actually happened, which is kind of creepy, that I was able to guess, basically exactly what happened. But yeah, there's several lines in here about there are just several lines in here about Jewish people that I just did not think was necessary, and it made me feel really disgusted reading them, and I did not like that at all. I think I'm gonna give this a 2-star maybe, because it was still it was still decently enjoyable. And I'm not gonna write off Agatha Christie as a whole just because I didn't like one of her books, you know? I don't know. I don't really know. I also did like so much research after it just to see if she was like anti-Semitic at all. And like so many of the articles say that she's not anti-Semitic and like she just used common Jewish stereotypes just to use them. And I guess she eventually stopped using the Jewish stereotypes in her later books, but I don't know, it still just like rubbed me the wrong way. Like on page 5 I tabbed a moment and it says so it's just talking about like this Jewish man, which by the way, there was not a Jewish man in the story. So whenever they brought up this Jewish man, it had no influence on the story at all. None at all. So it was just very like unnecessary. But this quote says, that was the damnable part about Jews. You couldn't deceive them about money. They knew. And that's just a disgusting stereotype. And I literally felt disgusted reading it. And I was just like... And that's not like the only one. There are multiple instances in this book where it just like mentions a Jewish person out of nowhere. And it's just... I don't know, it made me uncomfy. So I was also extremely confused in the beginning because there was just so many characters and I couldn't tell which ones were like important to the plot line and which ones aren't, because there were like 3 characters that I wrote down that had no real like addition to the story at all. So I literally made like a cheat sheet. I'm sorry, I'm like, I don't want to like, yeah, there are like some possible spoilers on the cheat sheet, so I don't want you to like be spoiled if you haven't read this book or anything, but I literally had to like make a list and like constantly update that list while reading just because I kept getting confused as to who is who. And then once it got like halfway and like that's when I really was like, okay, this is easier now, you know? Once the characters started dying. But it was interesting. I like the concept because also it revolves around this, like, story poem thing, and it's Frank Green, 1869, and it's, about the 10 little soldier boys, and it's like 10 little soldier boys went out to dinner, one choked his little self, and then there were 9, and then 9 little soldier boys, and going down, and I really, really liked how that played a part in the book. I really liked how that was like a big part of the book, and I liked that, but I don't know, maybe like a 3-star. I don't know, some things about this just weren't like, I don't know. Anyways, then last night, right before bed, I started, is it Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab? I'm going to post a little photo right here for you to see. It is the 3rd book in the, I think it's called Cassie Blake series. I think the series is just called Cassie Blake. I could be wrong though. But I absolutely adored the first 2, like probably my favorite series from V.E. Schwab that I've read so far. Granted, I haven't dived too deep into V.E. Schwab's work quite yet. Oh, although I think since it's a middle grade, I think it's Victoria Schwab. I think, yeah. Because she uses V.E. Schwab for young adult and adult, and then Victoria Schwab for middle grade. Is that right? Or maybe it's just V.E. Schwab for adult. It's Victoria Schwab for this book, I think. But I love it so far. I'm about halfway through. I listened to more this morning, and I'm about halfway through, and I really like it. I love the characters so much, and just like the atmosphere of it all. And like, I've listened to all 3 on audiobook so far, and I definitely think that's the route to go. The narrator is just fantastic, and I just really like it. I really like it. It's so like, it's enjoyable. Actually, you know what? I might have physically read the first one. I can't remember. But like, still really good. So my plan is to finish that book this morning, hopefully before lunchtime. Although I do have like a few things I have to get done where I just won't be able to like listen to an audiobook just because I have to focus on the task at hand, you know? But we'll see. I'm hoping to get that done. I also need a shower. My hair is so gross. And then, yeah, I really don't have anything today. I have to get an oil change though. But other than that, I don't really have anything else for today. So I have a lot of time to read. So yeah, I'm just hoping to get a lot of things read. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this is kind of this is kind of shaping up to be a very like boring vlog, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so that's it for right now, and I will update you in a little bit. Hello, it is Tuesday night, I think. Yeah, it's Tuesday night. It's around 9 p.m. and I built myself a fort. I don't know why I did, but I felt like it, and it just makes me really happy. So yeah, I finished Bridge of Souls, is that what it's called, by Victoria Schwab, and I really liked it. It definitely wasn't my favorite in the series. I remember liking the first two so much more, and don't get me wrong, this one was good. It's just, I feel like it didn't remind me, I don't know, I remember feeling just like completely in love after reading the first two, and this one just kind of gave me like a meh feeling. I still really enjoyed it though, and I think it was really good. I'm not sure if that's the last book in this Cassie Blake series, or Cassidy Blake. I've already forgotten. I don't know if this is the last book in her series or if there's gonna be more. I really hope there's more though, because it's really enjoyable. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars. And right now I think I'm gonna read Romina by Junji Ito. It is a horror manga, and yeah, that's all I know about it. I think it has something to do with like a worldwide virus threatening to kill like off humankind, which is really ironic in the times we're in now. So yeah. But then in all honesty, after that, I think I'm just gonna watch like movies and have a movie night. And I was thinking about, so the second book in the Cassie Blake, I already forgot. The second book takes place in the Paris catacombs. You know what, let me briefly tell you what the series is about. Okay, so in the first one we meet Cassie, or Cassidy, I can't remember her name. And she almost died. She was in a situation where she almost died, but she didn't. She obviously didn't die. And now she is like, now she can fade from real life to like the in-between where like ghosts live, and then she like captures the soul of like the lost ghosts to send them to their final destination and everything. And it's just really entertaining, and like her parents are ghost hunter documentarians. That's not a word at all, but we're gonna run with it. And they like record documentaries on like haunted places in the world, and like I can't remember where the first one was set, but the second was in the catacombs of Paris, and then the third was in New Orleans. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really good, and I like this one. And I really like the secondary characters. I mean, I guess technically they're both main characters as well, but like her best friends, I really like them. They're really cool. So yeah. But now I'm gonna read Romina and probably watch some movies. Yeah, bye for now. Hello, good morning. It is Wednesday morning, and this is also the last update from my fort. So last night I finished Ramina by Junji Ito, and I was completely wrong. I thought it was about a virus, but could not be further from the truth. So it is about this newly discovered planet that is hurtling towards Earth at accelerating rates, and it is like wiping out stars and other planets on its way to Earth. And yeah, it was weird. It was good. It was really good, but it was weird. I think it was probably like a 4-star read. It was really, really good, really entertaining, maybe even potentially 5-star. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have to sit with it for a little bit, but it was good. It was really, really good. Yeah, and then after reading that, I watched the movie As Above, So Below, which I think this rewatch has just solidified that it is like one of my favorite movies of all time. It is just so good, and I've seen it so many times, but every single time I watch it, I always like forget something that happens, and so it just makes it so like such a good experience rewatching it all the time. I absolutely love it. It's so good. It is such a good like thriller horror movie. I think it's like a psychological thriller. Maybe I don't really know. I don't know what to call it. I think it's a thriller. I think it's more thriller than horror, but it's creepy, it's scary, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And the reason I watched it is because when I was talking about, actually I think I might have mentioned this in the last clip, I was talking about how the second book in the Victoria Schwab middle grade paranormal series, the second book, it takes place in the Paris catacombs, and my favorite in As Above, So Below takes place in the Paris catacombs, and it's just so cool. And so like thinking about that book made me think about the movie, so that's why I watched it. And then after that I was a little creeped out, and so I watched The Perfect Man afterwards, because one of the main characters in As Above, So Below, he plays Hilary Duff's like little crush in The Perfect Man. So I watched that, and that was really good. Now this morning I have some things to do. I have some errands to run. I have to go get an oil change because apparently they closed at 4 p.m. when the website says 6, so I went at like 4:15 and they had just closed, so I didn't get an oil change yesterday, so I have to get an oil change today. I definitely have to pick up my room a bit because it has gotten so messy, especially with the whole fort thing going on. So yeah, I am unfortunately not very much in a reading mood right now. I don't know what it is, but I woke up with like the dire urge to like read or watch something with scary mermaids or like sirens or something like that. And I found the audiobook for Into the Drowning Deep by Amira Grant, and I feel like that is exactly what I want right now. I don't know if that classifies as thriller or horror. I don't know, but it's basically like okay, from what I read of the description, granted, I was completely wrong about Ramina, so don't really like base your knowledge of this book on what I'm about to say, but I think it's basically like a found footage film, but in book style, I think. And I think they're like searching a like old abandoned ship, maybe. I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong, and if I am, I'm sorry. Because I would read that book 1000% if that was a book. I hope it's a book. I hope it's Into the Drowning Deep. But yeah, so yeah, I think I'm gonna start that, although I don't really know if that counts as a thriller or horror. But the thing about that though is it's a very, very long audiobook. It's a very long audiobook, and I don't know if I'm gonna like be able to like finish it today, so I don't really know if there's a point in starting it when I know I'm not going to be able to finish it. I don't know. I don't really know. So many things. I don't know what to do. I will update in a little bit. Bye for now. Hello everyone. So it has been several days since my 48-hour thriller horror readathon ended, and I have yet to wrap up the video, so this should be fun. It was probably like the most fun 48 hours I've spent, which is weird because I wasn't expecting it to turn out the way it did, but I read 3 books, and I watched 2 movies, and I also went swimming the next day. I think it was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday that I ended the video? Or I think it was Wednesday. That was the last day of the 48 hours. And I went swimming, and it was so fun, and it was just a really nice break from everything. So yeah, let's talk about everything I read. I started this readathon off with And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I ended up rating it 2 stars, and I do think that is going to be my final rating. I keep going back and forth, but like ultimately the little jabs at anti-Semitism throughout just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I read an article saying that Agatha Christie isn't actually anti-Semitic, and she's actually stood up for Jewish people on several accounts, but she thinks like the jargon and the stereotypes would like uplift her books, and so it does say that in her later published books she doesn't include them, so I might read some of those books from her because I am interested in reading more from her, but not if she's going to continue using gross anti-Semitic remarks, I'm sorry. So I gave this a 2 out of 5 stars, and then I read Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. It was so good. I do think it fell a little flat compared to the other 2 books in the series, but it was still excellent. And if you want to read a middle grade paranormal read, highly recommend the series. Absolutely amazing. And then I read Romina by Junji Ito. Once again, 4 out of 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. It was crazy. It was so fun. I do think it was a little just kind of out there, but like, I don't know, in the best way possible for like something like that. I don't think I've ever read anything of cosmic horror, so it was new for me. And I definitely think I liked it, but it was still weird. It was still like a new concept, I guess. I don't know. It was good. I enjoyed it. And then I watched my favorite movie of all time, which is As Above, So Below. 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely love that movie. And then I watched The Perfect Man, just to kind of lighten the mood. I think that's probably like a 4 out of 5 stars. That's another favorite on that list. It's pretty good. And I also like made myself a little fort. That was so much fun. But yeah, it was a really fun 48 hours, which I wasn't expecting. I also like, I'm not even mad that I only read 3 books, because, well, one of the books was just kind of meh, but then the other 2 were really good, and like, I enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable time, and I kind of wish I got through more because I don't read much thriller or horror novels, so I was really looking forward to like slamming through so many, but I'm glad that I like, went at my own pace and like didn't force myself to read anything I didn't want to. That was fun. That was really fun. But yeah, I'm really happy that I did this. It was kind of like sporadic, and it was not planned. I had an entirely different video planned to go up Friday today, but I'm happy I did this. I really am. Yeah. So, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. This is probably my favorite video I filmed in a while, so 2 thumbs up for that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please like and subscribe maybe. I would really appreciate that. And then, yeah, I will see you in a new video sometime soon. Probably next Friday. That's what I'm trying to stick for as my posting schedule. I'm trying to stick with Fridays, but we'll see. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, again, like I just said. Thank you so much. Bye.